call this out in your piece that, you know, so IBM sort of has developed a suite of solutions, a number of solutions to sort of help to bring these groups together. And I like this idea, it's sort of the top point about, you know, the ability to post rich media assets that drive conversation, that create attention. To me, I think there's something really profound about that, that perhaps the CMO, in fact, can be a partner of the CIO, because the CEO, you know, our role, right, is it's storytelling, it's creating, you know, campaigns that drive conversations. And in a way, I think if you look at things like rich media, I mean, I'm just envisioning things that back to my R&D days, that I wound up transitioning from technology into sales into marketing because I could tell the story that perhaps the other technologists weren't comfortable telling. But I could also take a very complex subject and I could turn it into a presentation or a demonstration or you know, a video or something like that. Do you think that maybe is the key here, is that maybe we can bring these groups together because they both need something from each other? I mean, the CMO really can offer the CIO ways to tell those stories and to maybe take very complex things and simplify it so that the executive suite understands why they need to invest in certain things. And likewise, I mean, the CMO needs the CIO's attention. That's probably the most common refrain is, you know, we need to roll out this new system, but yet I can't get the attention, or it's somewhere on the list, or how can I move my priorities ahead? Maybe I can move my priorities ahead if I'm essentially a little bit of quid pro quo here.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very good discussion to have between CMOs and CIOs. And that might be one point where they can come together and say, okay, now I could see how we could form a partnership and we could both help each other out. In terms of your rich media, I think the big takeaway from that is, and maybe Alan, you've been exposed to this, I certainly have. When I've got rich media, when I've got content, when I've got things that I want to post on our website, or somehow work into an integrated campaign that we're doing across the enterprise, I find it extremely challenging to work with IT in order to get those assets up on the web or into digital form. What IBM's done, which I find kind of very interesting, remarkable, there are other companies that have done this, is that they make it very easy for the CMO to do that without having to burden the IT department with repeated requests to add these assets online in digital form.
I mean, maybe that falls into the category of almost a workaround, right? I mean, they're able to do this, and back to sort of the style of self-service. If I can create this and I can post this myself, I mean, look at, you know, YouTube and WordPress and all of these self-service tools, Google Analytics, that essentially people are using in their marketing role day to day, none of which require really any kind of IT support, except when you start to integrate. It's almost in a way as marketers, we've carved out our own set of tools that we can kind of do ourselves. And then when we need heavy lifting, or we need things posted, or we need things integrated, we need to call on the IT team. But in a lot of ways, I think it is sort of a little bit of doing it ourselves, a little bit of trying to pick the right high priority things that then we need the attention from IT.
I mean, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but at this point in time, I mean, seeing what actually takes place here at the Pulse with Alan and what you were just saying, it almost seems like, you know, the CMO is an extension of IT in a sense, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's a good way of putting it, at least in this example. And I think that's, you know, another, we talk about points of where they can come together. I think that's another point, is that the CMO and CIO can come together and partner with some of these initiatives that help each other out. And I think we're going to see more of this as we move forward into the what I term the social age here.